Ladies and gentlemen, now the latest developments coming from the August 6th aircraft accident, the helicopter accident involving some government officials in Ghana. No, ladies and gentlemen, now what is happening and what is coming up is that there are certain external factors which is linked to it. And now they are even saying, say, there are some Americans and some French nationals where they have been linked directly to the accident. And it is even alleged, say, it was an assassination attempt. It was geared towards the president of the Republic of Ghana. And we are going to look at it and we are going to actually look at why these people are having these assertions. There are several, pictures and several videos, several evidence. It is backing what they are saying. However, we are also going to look at it and I'm going to present everything to you. So at the end of the day, you get to choose whether it is indeed an assassination attempt or it is one of those things. It is one of those mistakes that happens, with regards to aircrafts. This is Dynamic TV Plus and this is What's Up Today.
He's about to go now.
So in the early hours of, 6th August, we heard, in fact, there was a sudden notice, there was a certain press release from the Ghana Armed Force, and they were complaining, they were reporting, said, there is an aircraft, in fact, a helicopter number Z9, which is off their radar, and now they can't track it. So if anybody has seen or has heard of any aircraft incidents anywhere, you should just, call them or so alert them, say, this is the plane that they are talking about. And somewhere along the line, we heard, say, this aircraft has been involved in an accident. And per the accident, it has claimed 8 lives involving government officials who were going for a program. And that was a responsible cooperative mining and skills development program, which was supposed to happen in Obuasi. Now, along the way was when this happened. So when I heard of this news, I was like, okay, so could it be that a whole defense minister will be on, a plane to Obuasi, like Accra to Obuasi? Arguably, it's not a very far distance. They could have even gone there with, cars, like by land. But then they chose the easiest way and then probably the fastest way to go by helicopter. And this happened. And one thing is for sure, choppers are not like cars. In fact, the kind of routine check that would have to, be done before a chopper will be cleared, say, it has to carry certain people to a different destination. It is too much and it is too many. And you can't ignore any error. So every box would have to be ticked, even if it is carrying normal people. So when it comes to, transporting ministers of state, transporting government officials, then it means that if the whole check is, let's say, 50%, this time it has to be maximum. Every check, every box would have to be ticked before that chopper will be cleared. Say, Z9 can fly. It can actually transport the defense minister. Now, this is where it gets interesting and confusing at the same time. You see, this particular Z9 aircraft that we are talking about, it was supposed to carry or it was supposed to transport the government of the day. In fact, the president of the land, John Dramani Mahama, to that program. Because it was a program that was being launched. It was a program that was supposed to be a substitute to the Galamsey. It was supposed to be a policy that was supposed to, stop certain activities that the youth are doing. So kind of finding a proper means to mine the gold without using those, harmful substances that these people use. And so President John Dramani Mahama was the guest speaker. And so by all means, he ought to have been at the program. But at the 11th hour, it happened that, John Dramani Mahama is saying he can't make it because he had a program to attend. And this is where it is some way, because you see, For a president to choose a church program over a national program, it is weird. You see, whether we like it or not, it's either his God saved him, or maybe he had the feeling that, maybe he has to forgo the national program and go for the church program. Because his church, Assemblies of God, was having first national pastors and spouses prayer retreats in the central region. And that is where it gets weird, because for a president of the republic to forgo the national agenda, the national program, and go for a church program, what do you think about it? It is some way, right? But yes, he did that. And the exact plane that he was supposed to fly to Obuasi for the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, it was the same plane that had the crash. So people started giving a whole narration, like it could be that somebody is behind it. It could be this and that, this and that. In fact, earlier on, I didn't believe anything, because this is not the first time we have seen Ghana Armed Force plane, having an accident. It has happened. In 2023, it happened. Agona Nkwanta, Ghana Air Force. In fact, Omu plane Equatorial, it had an accident. So there are a couple of precedents, but then the problem is that at that point, or in Agona Nkwante's incident, it didn't catch fire. So we never recorded any case of death. However, there were injuries, but then no situation, no issue of death. So what I say. So it is not to say it hasn't happened before. And even yesterday, or let me just use the dates. On the 6th of August, that we recorded that tragedy, the same thing happened in Ejumako Kokobeng, where an aircraft landed, it was an emergency landing. A chopper had an emergency landing because of the weather condition. And so when I heard people, blaming and suggesting, like pointing, accusing fingers, some people were even accusing the NPP, said they have a hand in that. So I felt, so couldn't be that what happened in Ejumako Kokobeno, it was also the doing of some people. I actually didn't pay attention to that, because I felt like it is one of those things, because weather conditions affect aircraft and these choppers and stuff like that. They really have effect on them. And so maybe it was one of those things, until I saw this post on Facebook. Now on Facebook, there is this one guy that wrote, that goes by the name Abeku Adam Sekunfi. Now this guy just wrote something. This post was made on the 28th of July. On the 28th of July, this guy posted that on 6th August, something will happen. Another thing will happen on the 9th. You see, when he posted it on Facebook, nobody actually paid attention. Although we are having national security, but nobody actually paid attention, because nobody actually deemed anything could happen. So this guy said on the 6th of August, something will happen. And another thing will happen on the 9th. So it means 6th August, something will happen. And on the 9th of August, another thing will happen. Now, on the 6th of August, when what the person said will happen happened, now he tagged his post and made this post. The corrupt system kept us out our purpose. We were sent here for so... What brofo is this one too? Well, let me read it how it is written. So we were sent here for so our country suffers like a blind man in the dance theater. I was sent here to be a military general, an intelligence chief. But when I wanted to join the military and the intelligence service, they told me I needed protocol. Someone must do me a favor, I said, over my dead body. If I could not enter on my own merits, then I will be a farmer. Nothing beats the freedom of independence of thoughts and allegiance. Yeah, so this guy is saying, say, he was brought here on purpose to fulfill a certain mission and a certain agenda. And his agenda is to join the military. But when he opted to join, when he decided to join, they told him that, look, it could be that he qualifies, everything is okay, but he needed protocol to get into the service. And that was when he decided, say, he's not going to join anything because, so if he's not going to join because he merits to join, then he's just going to be a farmer. And if this person is in the service, do you think this would have happened? There is no way this would have happened. And so if this person saw this going to happen on the 6th, and it's indeed happened, then could we see, or could we say that some people have some kind of sources they get their information from, which maybe the National Investigation Bureau or the National Security Apparatus and everything don't have that? That is also a story for another day. Well, let's not be so quick. Now, this person also said another thing, which is very necessary for us to visit. Now, this is where he said, more coming. You need to sack the Americans and French now. But who has the pulse? The same person who said this is going to happen on the 6th, and it did happen. That same person is saying, say, it is going to happen on the 9th again, like something is going to happen on the 9th, which we don't know. Whether that is also going to be an a plane accident or anything like that, we don't know. We have no idea. But he's saying that something will happen on the 9th. And he's saying that more will be coming. Except we deal with the Americans and then the French that we have. But funny enough, we don't even think about these people. All we think about are Nigerian counterparts. Those are the people that we hurriedly want them to leave the shores of, Ghana. We just want them to go back. Omo Niger, go back. Whereas the people who are actually doing something behind the scenes, those people, we are not seeing them. And this brings me to a certain thing, like some of the things that we've been thinking about. Some of the things that has been going on. You see, for some time now, people have been having assumptions. Like if you have been following this channel carefully, we have been talking about what is happening in Burkina Faso. We have been talking about what has been happening to African leaders when they stick out their neck to do good by their people. Always, it happens that you have a certain external factors that want to do away with them. We have been talking about, Ibrahim Traore, recent. And we have also been talking about Kwame Nkrumah. What happened? We have been talking about what happened to Muammar al-Gaddafi. We have been talking about a couple of these people and what happens when they stick out their nets to do good by their people. Now, just recently, we just saw clearly, openly, that Mahama condemned everything that the US did to Kwame Nkrumah. And even said, in fact, he made it known emphatically that he is tilting towards the brick block. Could it be that because Mahama is gradually is awakening, it's now tilting towards the brick block? That is the more reason why they are seeing, say, look, this can't happen in Ghana. Maybe Ghana would have to go back to square one. And the more reason why they are doing some of these things. Look, I actually didn't believe anything from, looking at the precedence of aircraft accident and how the military or the Air Force choppers have been landing. But from what this guy posted from the 28th of July, happening as he wrote it, even saying, something is also going to happen on the 9th of August, ladies and gentlemen. We need not to wait and watch what is going to happen on the 9th before we get to know that, look, some people have certain facts. Some people even have certain information that the national security apparatus and everything included or combined are not having. Couldn't be that somebody somewhere has infiltrated into the security services. Couldn't be that somebody somewhere has found its way into our agencies that are trying to do the biddings of the Western people. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you also believe that this is just not a mere coincidence, but then it was indeed an assassination attempt on someone? Or you just believe that, well, it was a weather condition and stuff like that. So airplanes and aircrafts, those, they do not do well in such weather, and so it is just what was supposed to happen. And let me know what you think in the comment section. This is What's Up Today on Dynamic TV Plus. Please do make sure to subscribe to the channel for us and also give us a like. My name still remains Nanea Dynamic. See you in the next one. I'm out.
Family 3940. Guess what? You are watching Dynamic TV Plus. Keep on watching, subscribe, share, then leave your comments. One time, big love.